My name is Karen Medeiros and I am a manifesting and mindset mentor. And today I'm going to talk about how I got rid of my money blocks so the money can just start to flow in. Don't mind my voice today, but I have a little cold. Thank you to my children. So I have a private Facebook community called Manifest Like a Badass over on Facebook. Feel free to join it. I do a Freedom Friday training in there every single Friday. And I did this one in there last Friday. And I wanted to share with you how I got rid of my money blocks so the money could keep pouring in. And I wanted to share with it here. So I have my notes here because I tend to go off in many different directions and I need them to keep me in place. So money blocks. What are money blocks? Money blocks are just mental and emotional barriers, hinder our ability to earn, save, or manage. That's it. We all probably have some sort of money block. So I wrote down 7 reasons why you may have a money block, and then I want to go over them with you. So what I want you to do is get out a pen and paper, and if you feel like one triggers you in some way, then I want you to write it down, because at the end I'm going to give you an exercise on how to combat those money blocks so you can get rid of those as well. All right, number 1. Is your upbringing and your childhood experience. Like, who remembers, bad money memories in our childhood? I have a couple, and I know that that's why that I had multiple money blocks, and we all probably have it. Like, have you ever heard your parents say, money doesn't grow on trees? Like, any type of that. It's so expensive. We can't afford that. You listening to your parents, you growing up saying, I can't afford this, it's too much money. Of course, that is going to leave you with some sort of bad belief about money, right? So this one is probably the biggest one. So I want you to, actually, I'll tell you what to do at the end, but this one is probably going to be your biggest one. It's also probably going to be your biggest breakthrough. Number 2 is family and cultural beliefs. So if your family has some sort of cultural belief, then that definitely is going to rub off on you, because that is how you grew up believing. If you have any of those, I would write this down as well, so you can get rid of those. So number 3 is trauma and negative events. So you could have gone through bankruptcy, or a consumer proposal. Your family could have done that. Your parents could have went through bankruptcy. They could have lost their house. There could have been any type of loss or fraud. And this could be, from you, any of this could leave lasting scars and create a fear of financial stability. Number 4, lack of financial education, right? So you don't know, you never learned how to budget, right? You never learned how to budget, how to save your money, how to invest it, any of that stuff, right? 5 is social comparisons or peer pressure, right? So we constantly see people on social media with everything, right? They have everything. And then you're like, why can't I get that? So don't worry about what everybody else has. Concentrate on what you have. Number 6, there's 8. Number 6 is fear of success or fear of failure, right? So if you could have a fear of success because now you're worried about the increased responsibilities that you have, right? It could change your relationships. Now that you have all of this money, could people be coming and asking you, would you have to support family? Is that having more money, does that put a bigger burden on you? Then fear of success it could deter you from actually taking a risk to get to financial success. Number 7, guilt or shame. So guilt or shame, meaning that you have had mistakes in the past. Has anybody had a credit card or credit cards that you were given back in college? You're 19 years old, the credit card company sends you a couple credit cards, $500, $1,000, you rack them up. And then you're like, what do you mean I have to pay for these? I'm a student, I don't have a job, right? So, back then you could have this trigger of I really messed up that way and I don't want to mess up again. Number 8 is limiting beliefs about worthiness. So if you have any type of limiting beliefs or you feel unworthy of any kind, that is definitely going to give you a money block, because you just feel unworthy that you're able to bring in any type of money or success. And so we're going to help you get out of that. So those are the 8 reasons why you may be having money blocks. Now, what we want to do is we want to release them and we want to get rid of them. So I have 5 exercises that you can do. So on one piece of paper, what I want you to do is I want you to write out all of those 8 that you resonate with. And then you're going to identify. So number 1, you're going to identify and acknowledge the money block first. So this is the first step. So I would do each step on each one. So if you have 3 triggers or traumas that you want to work through, then I would do this individually. So identify and acknowledge the money block. So you want to begin by recognizing and acknowledging your specific money block. So do that each. And then you want to reflect on the beliefs and the emotions and the behaviors related to that actual money block. All right. So if it's the childhood, go through all of the negative things that you remember hearing or your parents doing or anybody around money. Next is I want you to challenge your limiting beliefs, okay? So I want you to write down any limiting beliefs that you have per money block that you have, right? So I want you to write everything negative around money and the finances on one list, on one side of the paper, and then on the other side, I want you to challenge that belief. So this belief is going to be a negative belief. And on this side, you're going to challenge that and you're going to write that as a positive. So what is the opposite of that negative? You're going to write it over here into a positive belief. Next, you're going to create a positive affirmation list, right? So I want you to develop a list of positive affirmations related to money. So I have these that I do. These are money mantra cards, and I take one every single day and I read it. And that's, each one is for the day. You can make your own. I actually sell these. If you go onto my website, ManifestHER.ca, you can download the digital, and I just have these on cardstock. And you can, they're 30 days. And what you could do is every single day, you just pull a card and you read that positive money mantra. Next, I want you to visualize your financial success. So what do you even want? So I would get out a piece of paper or continue on that paper, and I would be so specific of exactly everything that you want. How much money do you want? What do you want that money for? And then I want you to make like a little movie in your head, and every night before you go to bed, your head hits that pillow and you re-watch that movie over and over and over again. And then the last, which should always be the first, but I always leave the best for last. And it's what has completely changed my life, my family's life. My husband is completely different from this, is practice gratitude for abundance. You want to practice gratitude for everything that you have. Even if it's something where you're like, well, I have this, but I want more. I want you to practice gratitude for the $5 in your account, for the $10 that you were only able to put in your gas tank, for the $50 of groceries that you were only able to afford, for the phone bill that you hardly were able to pay. You have to be grateful for what you have now before anything else can come. That is the key to everything. So if you start with these exercises, you will definitely start to clear out some money blocks. Go from start to finish and really put in the work. If you took the next 30 to 60 minutes to really do this, you would definitely start to see some sort of shift. I also have prompted worksheets in my manifesting starter kit. So you can always grab that. I go a little bit deeper into all of this. It also has, in the manifesting starter kit, it also has the free digital download for these cards as well. I believe the link is underneath this video. But if you have any questions, please comment or feel free to reach out to me personally. I love this stuff. I could talk about it all day long. And I know how powerful just doing these little exercises can really be. They were super powerful for me. I had a lot of money blocks, a lot of not childhood trauma, but just definitely childhood blocks that I was able to acknowledge. Once I knew how to acknowledge them, then I was able to release them and work through them, and it's a total game changer. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hope to see you in Manifest Like a Badass over on Facebook. Have a good day.